Hi guys, this is Elizabeth Cermak from Your Highest Light, Master Life Coach and Spiritual Coach, here every Tuesday at 3:33 to talk to you about your favorite topic and mine, attracting and creating your most beautiful life. And today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, conquering your fears. Yay, conquering your fears. So just first of all, take a minute with me and let's just take a deep breath to get centered in what we're doing right now. So I just want you to take a couple of deep breaths and consider the possibility that this moment is perfect. Consider the possibility that this moment in time is perfect. I wish you could see Prudence, my dog, right now. She's laying in the sun, basking in the sun. This moment is perfect for her. So consider the possibility that everything in your life has led up to this. Everything in your life has led up to what I am going to be telling you right now. Consider the possibility of that. And try opening your mind to learn something new today and to walk away with something that is going to move your life forward in a positive direction. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to be talking about conquering your fears. Hi, Jen. How are you? So last week I was sick, so I'm back this week, and there's a reason why I'm talking about conquering your fears today. My husband and I just got back from our last trip, Paul McCartney Adventure to Los Angeles, and it was amazing. My first time there. It was so much fun. And what we realized, oh cool, very cool, Jen. Yeah, so if you're joining me, I should have said this. If you're joining me, I'm on Instagram and Facebook Live. So go ahead and give me an emoji. Let me know where you're watching from. Tell me hello. I would love to hear from you. If you have any questions, I will always answer them. Hashtag replay if you're watching it on the replay. And even if you have questions in the replay, let me know because I will answer them. And if you do hashtag replay, I'll be reminded and I'll go and see, okay, good, cool. She was watching the replay. So the reason why this conquering your fears came up is because when my husband and I were coming back from our trip, our amazing adventure to LA, we realized that my husband's fear of flying is like gone. So he conquered his fear of flying. And so I shared this on one of my Instagram stories, and I asked people if they had a fear of flying, and 50% of the people answered yes, that they did have a fear of flying. And so I'm going to talk to you guys today about how my husband got over his fear of fear. You can use this idea to get past any fear that you have. Fear of flying has not been one of my fears in my life, but I've had many other fears that I've had to conquer. And so this, like I said, the techniques that I'm going to give you today are going to help you with any fear that you have in your life. And conquering fears is what it's all about. Conquering fears is how we expand. It's how we become happier people. So I know that you're going to get a lot out of this today. So I want to talk less about the how, because remember that this world complicates everything. The spiritual answer, the answer at your highest light, is always light and simple and easy and almost too good to be true. It feels too good to be true, but it's not. So we keep the answers light and easy and peaceful and almost too good to be true, but they're not too good to be true. So we're not going to get too caught up in the how, because the how to conquer your fears is very light and easy and simple. And once you figure out this first part, the how will come to you. I am going to give you some hows today, but we're not going to concentrate on that as much because I have in the past, actually in past videos, concentrated on that. Okay, so what I want you to think about is your why. What is your why for conquering your fear? Now, I'm sure you guys have all heard about this, your why. What is your why? The why that makes you cry, right? When you start a business, everybody encourages you, coaches and things, encourage you to think about your why. Because your why, your reason for doing it is what keeps you going when things get tough. It's what keeps you going when things get scary. You make your why bigger than your fears. Okay, so what is your why? Why do you want to get over this fear? So I'll explain my husband's why to you. You guys can probably guess. So when my husband and I got married, I wanted to go on a honeymoon and I wanted to fly to Mexico. And my husband was deathly afraid. So I'm not using this fear of flying lightly. He's deathly afraid of flying. He was. But he had a why. He had a couple of whys. His why was his love for me. His why was his love for me, and Paul McCartney helped me out, his love for Paul. He loves these two things in his life. These are my husband's loves. He loves his family, he loves his kids, he loves me, he loves Paul McCartney, okay? These are his loves. And it's a passion of his. So you make his why, his love for me and his love for Paul McCartney was bigger than his fear of flying. This is a good, actually, gets into the how as well, because a good visualization is to visualize your why. Think about your why and visualizing it as way bigger than your fear. So visualize your fear in this little bubble here, and then visualize your why in this great big huge bubble over here. Your why will conquer your fear. So think about it. We are all souls. Fears do not last. We are all souls. Our soul is way bigger than any fear that we have. This makes me think of anytime I've had a job, like when I was a teenager, or even like right out of college when I had jobs that I hated, right? The minute I walked out of that job, so every day, every day when I'm working in that job that I hate, I'm stressed out, right? Problems seem way bigger. I'm really focused on problems. I'm focused on stress. I'm focused on conflict, right? The minute I walked out of that job, all those things disappear. The fear is not real. The love is the only thing that remains. Your soul is the only thing that really remains. That's the only thing that is real. So your soul, your purpose here is bigger than your fears. So connect with that. Connect with your why. Connect with your purpose here. What will you gain out of conquering this fear? What will you gain out of conquering this fear? How will this help you? I had a couple other questions here. Let me see. What do you love and cherish more than your fear? What do you love and cherish more than your fear? Cherish that more than your fear. What will you gain out of conquering your fear? And what is your motivation for getting over your fear? What is your motivation for getting over your fear? What will you gain by accomplishing your fear? Journal on those questions. Write down the answers to those questions, because you want to if you make this so big, you will figure out how to get over it. Okay, so make your why huge, make your why bigger than your fears, and really, that's the first step, and that is the main thing you need to do to get over your fears. I'm going to explain to you some of the how as well, what my husband did for the how for the fear of flying, what he did to get over it. So I gave him some techniques, and he came up with some techniques on his own. One of the things that he did was the 4-6-8 breathing, which I've talked about before. So you breathe in for 4, hold for 6, and breathe out for 8. Breathe in for 4, hold for 6, and breathe out for 8. So you just slow everything down. When you do the deep breathing and you're counting, I did yoga this morning, and we're breathing in, breathing out. You're slowing everything down, and you're slowing your brain down. You're slowing that part of your brain that tells you everything's wrong. You're slowing that down. So the thing with the 4-6-8 breathing is my husband would never have remembered. We talked about it all the time before flying, but he never would have remembered to do it if I wouldn't have reminded him before we took off. There was a takeoff and landing that was hard for him. So the reason why we forget to do it is because our brain tries to keep us feeling the way that we're feeling. So you need to remind yourself. You need to either have somebody, like an accountability partner, somebody who will remind you to do the breathing, or you need to put like a reminder on your phone. You need to remember to do it. It works if you do it. The problem is we don't remember to do it because our brain wants to keep us anxious. The other thing that we added for my husband was, of course, essential oils. I use doTERRA. Make sure you use a good brand. The lavender and the frankincense. Just put a couple, I have spearmint here, the oil of confident speech. But all you have to do is put a couple drops on your palm. Rub your palm together. And smell the oil. 30 seconds, your body is immediately going to be, your body chemistry is going to be different, and you are going to be relaxed. So we're breathing in for 4, hold for 6, out for 8. We're breathing in our essential oils. The other thing that helps is a gratitude journal. Writing down everything you're thankful for before taking off or before doing that scary activity, whatever it is. My husband didn't necessarily write it down. I couldn't get him to do that, but he told me we would talk about everything that we're grateful for, things that we're appreciative of before taking off. So if you can either write it down, or if you don't have somebody to tell it to, go ahead and write it down. And if you do have somebody to tell it to, that accountability partner, go ahead and talk it, let it go. Talk about everything that you're grateful for. And the last thing that my husband did, so these are 4 things that he did. The last thing he came up with this himself is he sang to himself a song. He sang a Beatles song. I think it was yesterday. I can't remember. He might correct me. He would sing the song as we took off. It was just something that helped him calm down. So if there's like your favorite song or something that you want to sing, you might want to sing the alphabet, whatever it is, to help calm your mind down and to help distract yourself to think about something else. And, you know, you can remind yourself, I am safe, I am safe. But those 4 things are really what he did. The 4-6-8 breathing, the essential oil, the gratitude, and sing a song. Okay, so that's how he got over the fear. And eventually, like this time, like we didn't even realize, he didn't even have to do the singing the song. We didn't even do the gratitude thing this time. He didn't need it. Like it was gone and we didn't even realize, you know, some of the things that were in a routine, like with the oils and stuff, but otherwise, he really didn't need to do it. He didn't realize it's like it happened. And 5 years later, the man who swore he would never fly is now flying all across the country, across the world, to London, to Canada, to see Paul McCartney with his wife. So make your why bigger than your fear. You can do it. Make your why bigger than your fear. And then just use these techniques to stay calm, visualizing yourself handling it well. And you will be backed up with spiritual help as well. There's always the prayer, help me to see, dear God, please help me to see this through the eyes of love instead of fear. There's always that prayer as well. Hi, Jem, good to see you. Hi, Eric, good to see you guys. So I'm going to be signing off. I have a huge announcement, by the way, and I'm not ready to make it yet. I'm going to be offering something, and I'm going to be ready next week to be telling you guys about it. So I'm going to be offering something that this is going to be available for anybody who wants it, and it's going to be amazing. I can't wait to tell you about it. So I will be talking about that next week. If you are interested in coaching sessions with me, always email me, elizabeth@yourhighestlight.com. I still am currently taking new clients. I don't know how long that will be. I won't be taking new clients forever. So there will be a time when I am going to level off and probably not be accepting new clients. So please contact me if you are interested in coaching sessions. If you have these fears that you want help and coaching to get over, because when we expand in our life, we need that support, right? To keep our mindset towards the goal. Okay, I love you guys. I will see you guys next Tuesday at 3:33. Peace and love and no fear. I'll talk to you later. Bye.